welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the attitude number 4. So attitude number 4 is also known as your sun number or even your achievement number according to Pythagorean numerology. So with the attitude number of 4, this is governed by Rahu or Uranus, depends on what numerology depiction that you're looking at specifically. But the meaning is all across the board, no matter what sort of numerology you do study. So when we look at the attitude number of 4, you come across as somebody who's dependable and reliable. So in family situations, this comes as you're the child that matured quite quickly. You're the person that people can look at and say, yes, I can depend on this person. He's honest or she's honest, trustworthy, and very efficient and pragmatic. So for business reasons, this is great. When you first meet somebody like somebody who's going to be the hiring manager at a job, or if you want to close a deal with a business, you're somebody that I'd want to have represent my company because you're the person that's going to be able to close that deal with efficiency and give the customer that sort of comfort in the sense that they know that whatever company you represent is up to par. If you're going for a job interview, they're going to look at you as a prime candidate. So what I want to make sure that I go more into today is that I've noticed I got a few comments regarding the attitude number. People are saying, well, it has different effects and so forth. And it does. And it doesn't necessarily mean that this is who you are as a person. I want to make sure that's very, very clear. Your attitude number governs your aura, but your aura is something that you can tap into more and turn it into what they would call the achievement number. As I've always said with all the numerology that I'll be discussing, this is a cheat code for you guys. Meaning that this is something that if you're able to tap into the energy of your numbers, the stars will start aligning and you'll start seeing a lot of drastic differences within your life as long as you're able to actually use what I'm saying and actually apply it to your life. If you're just learning, you're not applying, then you're going to get the same results. But if you actually learn and then apply, it's going to be a lot different. So if you're somebody who's an attitude number 4, you want to actually apply the fact that people are going to look at you as somebody who's dependable. You want to apply the fact that people are actually going to look at you for advice and people are going to look and say you're a truthful person. So you got to use your integrity. You got to use that to your advantage. Whether that means manipulating a situation, whether that means actually just following through with what the 4 represents is up to you. But understand that is your advantage in life, and that number is going to help you achieve a lot in life. It's very similar in a sense to what I would say how your expression number gives you natural talents. You want to use those natural talents through your expression number to achieve your life path. But the attitude that you have towards life or the perception that people are going to have of you when they very, very first meet you is governed by this attitude number, the sun number, the achievement number. And this number can help you really make a difference in penetrating your reality and getting your purpose on board. So if you're a life path 1 with an attitude number of 4, very strong combination, because this simply means that you're somebody who has a lot of leadership abilities, you're innovative, and then you have the 4 that makes people trust your leadership. When you have number 2, it might be a little difficult. Rahu or Uranus and the moon are enemies. So what we have is somebody who is quite nice, but will come across as maybe not that sort of person because the 4 is a quite aggressive number. It's a number that makes you look like somebody not to mess with in a certain sense. And number 2s don't really care about having that sort of image. A lot of times, even master numbers 11s don't really care. And that's the thing, is you may come across as maybe even being arrogant or too pragmatic, and that's not at all who you are. So just be very wary of that. Always understand that you want to open up more to others, but still understand that you do have a protective shield with the 4. The 4 is one of those auras that give you a kind of a protective shield from people that think they can manipulate you, but they will definitely not. People will initially, even if they meet you, even if you have a life path 2 or 11, if you have the 4 there, people will not feel comfortable trying to essentially get their agenda over on you. They're going to understand they have to be straightforward and truthful with you because that's what you're attracting. With the number 3, that's a creative person, the 4 is going to ground that creative energy a lot and actually make you come across as more of somebody who's a creative genius, but still knows how to bring down to earth your ideas. Number 4 is, of course, just going to have the same exact effect. 4, our master number 22 as a life path, alongside the attitude number of 4, is going to be great because it's just going to make you have the aura of exactly what you are. So it's just going to be symmetrical. When we get life path 5, that's somebody who's dynamic, very energetic, adventurous, the daredevil, the maverick type, and we get somebody with the mixture with the 4 there, that's going to make them just seem very, very strong and have a very larger than life sort of aura. So that mixture is very, very good. 6 and 4 makes somebody who might be materialistic, even with life path 33. And the 6 and 4, when Venus and Rahu mix, that makes somebody materialistic. A lot of Ponzi schemes are done by these types of people. These people can do a lot of fraudulent things. They're very, very good at getting money either by hook or by crook. But your creative elements will definitely be utilized. And if you're able to use that number 4 energy, if you're on this life path of 6, you will meet not easy success, but you will definitely meet success inevitably, just because you project an aura of somebody who's efficient and knows what they're doing and is a good planner. So people will listen to you even if your ideas are far-fetched. For life path 7, you come across as elusive. This is probably the worst combination, I would have to say. The reason being is because the life path of 7 is already antisocial. 4 is also antisocial. So when Ketu and Rahu meet, that is the full snake. The Rahu is the head of the snake, whereas Ketu is the tail. And when they come together, that's sort of forming the Kundalini, the awareness, the out of this universe understanding, the universal consciousness, the God element. And when they come together, it's a bit of too much of a strong energy for a lot of people to handle. This is going to give you a lot of spiritual insights, but it may throw people off. It may make you seem even more withdrawn than you actually are. And it may make people actually not trust you. So be very, very careful with this one. You want to make sure that you exercise your communication skills and make sure that people understand that you're a philosophical type of person who likes to analyze moreover than talk so much. Because people might get thrown off by that, especially people that are extrovert and very highly social. So just make sure that you can bring them to a comprehension of who you are so that they do not feel thrown off by your aura. Life path 8 with the 4 is similar as well with the 7. It's not the best. 8 and 4 work very well together in the sense that 4 will give the plans to the 8. The 8 is more of like a big planning type of person, somebody who will say, I'll build an enterprise, I'll build a huge organization. But the 4 is the person that says, well, here's the process to do it. So when you have these two interconnected like that, as the achievement number, the attitude, the sun number, you have that aura of somebody who's a good planner. And so when you start talking about your big dreams and your visions, you're going to come across as somebody who can get this done. The negative connotation to this is that people view 8s and 4s as the most antisocial, that dark energy, the dark element. So just make sure that you understand that you might be viewed as a villain in this lifetime, but do not take it to heart. Keep on going and don't try to be viewed as the hero. Just do what you have to do and actually just accomplish your purpose. Everything else will fall into place after that, and just put that trust in the universe to get it done. Life path 9 with 4 might attract a lot of family issues, but it still could be a very strong combination. Rahu will, of course, invite a lot of random elements to your life path of 9, but with the proper ideology and following your principles, you still will definitely, inevitably see success. So it's there for you. The 4 isn't as bright, as colorful, and great as like 1, 2, or 3 for a attitude number, in the sense that I had a lot of positive things to say about the first 3. The next ones are higher vibrations. As you go from 1 to 9, the vibration of each number actually gets higher, of the single digits. And what happens is we start running into situations where people start to understand that your vibration is very high, and they may find that very, very intimidating. So when you have an attitude number of 4, that energy can be quite intimidating. It's not the first primal numbers of 1, 2, or 3. You start to have a very stronger dark sun, dark energy sort of aura, and that can bring both good and bad results. But as long as you're able to understand why it's happening and then use it to your advantage, you got success. Self-awareness is key. Definite purpose is right after that. And once you have those two things, the sky's the limit for you. That should conclude the video, though, for the attitude number of 4. If you guys do have any questions whatsoever, just please let me know in the comments. Aside from that, guys, please like, subscribe. I'll miss it for today, guys. Peace.